Really? Nobody thought to tell me my microphone was muted? So I've been talking this whole time and you didn't hear a word I said. Thanks, guys. That's my fault. I'm sorry. Dave, did you get to see your kitty MMA a little bit ago? Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. How you doing? Sorry I've wasted the last 15 minutes of time talking to myself. Yeah. Hopefully you're having a good day. We're going to start over here. How's that sound? I really need to get a producer for this damn thing in the morning. So, Thomas was the first one to say good morning this morning. Dave said good morning, Chris and Thomas. Yeah, I was highlighting the cats this morning, and yeah, no, it's my fault. I'm just carrying on with you guys. Yeah. Like I said, I need to get a producer that keeps track of this stuff for me. That way I can just focus on what I want, on what I'm doing here. But this is Magellan. He's one of the ones that he's the one I named. He likes to explore and go all over the place. He's got his daddy and grandpa and great grandpa and all the way up through. All of them have this M emblem on their head. And the darker it is, the more aggressively outspoken they seem to be. So, but yeah, welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good day. And I'm going to go back and reread the article that I was reading because, yeah, I think I'll make you smile. We like the Florida man articles, right? We like making fun of people in Florida. Florida. This is off of the website UPI. I guess it means uppy. It said, trapper wrestles alligator in Florida highway median. And this is the dude here. Apparently they call him the blue collar brawler. A Florida alligator trapper teamed up with local authorities to capture a large alligator in the median of a highway. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Department posted a video to social media showing Mike Dragich, a wildlife trapper known as the Blue Collar Brawler on social media, wrestling with a gator in the median of I-95-295 on the south side of Jacksonville. If you were cruising down to I-95-295 on the south side yesterday and thought you saw a barefoot man wrestling a gator in the median, nope, your eyes weren't playing tricks on you. That really happened, the post said. Deputies worked together with the Florida Fish and Wildlife official and Highway Patrol to keep the trapper and driver safe during the capture. Just another totally normal day in the Sunshine State, the sheriff's office posted. Dragich made headlines earlier in April when he left his family's Easter dinner to capture an alligator that climbed a fence into a Jacksonville woman's backyard. In that incident, he was able to contain the reptile in the homeowner's trash can. So, there you go. What do you think about that? Thomas says only in Florida. I don't know. I could see something like that happen in Louisiana too, maybe. They'd be wrestling for their gumbo. You went down with your other buddies. Just went down with the rest of your buddies. There you go. All right. There you got all the kitties all in the same spot. For a minute anyway. Oh my. So, let's see here. And of course I clicked on the wrong thing and it took me to the Ford website. I do not want to order a Ford truck, thank you. Well, it's not that I don't want to, it's just I can't afford to, so there's no point in me doing it. You know what I mean, Vern? Let's keep it in Florida, shall we? This article is from yesterday at 1:19 p.m. Again, off the Uppy app. Yeah, pretty much, Dave. They're like, I don't have time for your shit. I need boots. So yeah, we'll pew you and that way it's done faster. Florida woman and her dog escaped bear thanks to a bag of cookies. So there you go. You don't always have to have a fat friend. You can just have a bag of cookies, and that might save your ass. A Florida woman protected herself and her small dog from a bear by throwing the hungry Bruin a bag of cookies. Kristen Savage said she and her Chihuahua Mix Ringo were walking near their home in Markham Woods area of Sanford when they had a close encounter with a wandering bear. I heard a bird. I was looking for a bird in that tree, and then I saw a black thing come at my leg, Savage told WKMG-TV. I thought it was an off-leash dog at first, and then realized that it was a giant head. A giant head! Oh my. She said the bear was particularly interested in 13-pound Ringo. Well, yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be interested in a tiny little snack like that? You know, just enough to wet his palate. I hauled him like a piñata in the air and I spun around to get away, she told WOFL TV. Savage said she kept spinning to keep Ringo away from the bear, causing her to fall and incur bruises and scrapes on her legs. Is anybody going to tell her? Two things that are wrong with this. If you're spinning, you lose balance. If you lose balance, you die. Normally, you die. That's just the way life is. She got lucky, lost her balance, and fell and still lived, thanks to a bag of cookies, apparently. But I don't understand. And she's lucky that the dog's collar held, you know, because her flinging her Chihuahua by the neck, who's now in the air, looks like it's on one of those swing rides at the carnival, but not having as much fun, okay? Probably screaming its head off, which is making the bear more agitated and bear's wanting to take and kill it even more now. So yeah, she really agitated the situation more than she helped it. She said the encounter ended thanks to a bag of cookies from her mother. She said, my mom lives just down the street, and she had just stopped and handed me a bag of cookies for my kids. When I remembered that I had them in my hand, I took the bag and I whacked the bear across the face with it. Really. Is any of this caught on camera? Because I call bullshit on that one. But anyway, she said, when I remembered that I had the cookies in my hand, I took the bag and I whacked the bear across the face with it, and then I threw it, Savage said. She came forward and she sniffed and put her head down and sniffed the cookies, and we ran to the front door. Mm. If anybody believes this story, I'll sell you a bridge that goes over the entire Pacific Ocean. Because I'm sorry, Thomas said that was funny. We have a lot of black bears here. I wouldn't say we have a lot here, but we have them here. We've seen them in the store parking lot. So, but yeah, I mean, of course, my first thought is, I'm going to think about cookies. I'm going to smack the bear in the face with cookies. I'm sorry, if she was that close enough that she could smack the bear in the face with cookies, and she was on the ground at this point, she admits that she had fallen over. She's not getting away from that bear. And unfortunately, she's probably acting as an anchor, and the dog's not getting away from the bear either. Dave says she was eating shrooms too. maybe that's what was in the baggie, Dave. It was actually shrooms and not cookies. What else do we got here? You want to talk about a monkey or? Oh wow, this is cool as hell. So in Los Angeles, California, there is is it a video or a picture? No, it's a video. That's actually kind of crazy. And of course, it has to be on ABC. What a dink. Okay, where is it? There it is. Okay. It says the surreal moment as a coyote drinks water from skylight window on top of Los Angeles hair salon. Okay, let me get back to my story here. That down there, and wait for this to adjust a little bit. There we go. That I believe. I have video of it. That's pretty cool. Don't you think? I mean, I wouldn't be complaining about him being up there, except for, the person who has to go up and clean it. But that ain't my problem. So, but yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to have to go clean up after a coyote or a wolf or whatever, a big dog being on the roof. All right, let's go to the next store. Next story here. Well, if you live in Texas and you want to get rich the hard way, it says here that the Texas Department of Transportation took an unusual cleanup operation after an overturned truck lost its load of 8 million dimes. So they lost $800,000 worth of change along the Texas highway. I'm pretty sure they're not going to give away where this location is because, yeah, they're going to want to keep people away from it as much as possible. Or I could be wrong. The media could just give out the entire fucking address. They're saying 18-wheeler rolled onto its side in the southbound lanes of US 81-287 near Farm Road, 1655 exit in Alvord. So there you go. If they're dumb enough to put the address out there, go help yourselves. Go get some dimes. Buy yourself a couple drinks, maybe an 8-ball or two, get through the day. Why in the hell would they tell everybody where the accident was, knowing that these dimes are everywhere? People are going to pull up and just start picking them up. When is this from? This is from April 30th. Let me see. All right, let's see. That's awesome, Dave. I'm glad to hear it, bud. It is also not known if all the money was recovered. Alvord Mayor Caleb Cabanis told the New York Times April 30th he assumes most of the coins had been collected while the remaining coins were likely washed away by rain, which fell earlier in the day and caused minor flooding in the town. All that did was push it all together in the same spot somewhere down the road. So if you follow all that flooding water and stuff with a good magnet, you can get them. Whatever they didn't pick up, you can grab, I guess, and keep. Unreal. Alrighty. So what else do we want to talk about here? Mommy. We did find out who the injured cat was. It is Smokey. Smokey injured his front left paw, so I'll be taking care of that when I get done here. Loose kangaroo stops traffic, causes crash on Alabama highway. Aw, poor girl. Yeah, they're being a bunch of loud mouths. Mom's trying to get comfy. She's trying to put her head up against my foot. Hi, Mommy. Alright, let's see what kind of a hopping mad situation happened here because of a roo. It wasn't in the land down under. Well, I mean, some people might call Alabama the land down under, but most of them just call it the land of backwards. April 30th, a section of Alabama highway was temporarily closed when an escaped kangaroo entered the roadway and caused a two-vehicle crash. The Alabama law enforcement agency said the kangaroo hopped onto Interstate 85 between Tuskegee and Auburn in Macon County on Tuesday, causing two vehicles to crash amid the chaos. No injuries were reported on the scene. Officials closed off the section of highway, and Macon County Sheriff Andre Brunson live streamed on Facebook as the kangaroo was tranquilized and captured by its owner. When somebody said there was a kangaroo, of course I did not believe it, and nobody believed it. But I'm looking at him, Brunson said in the video. Brunson said the kangaroo escaped from its home at a petting zoo in Lee County. I don't know how far Lee County is from Macon County, but I'm guessing it's not very far. But says we were chasing him for quite a while, the sheriff told AL.com. Traffic was stopped for long ways. Laura Hagen, director of captive wildlife at Humane World for Animals, formerly called the Humane Society of the United States. Oh, isn't that nice? They decided to change their name and make it all about being a part of the world. Okay, gain your composure. Issued a statement in response to the escape. Whether it's a roadside petting zoo or kept as a pet in somebody's backyard, captivity is no place for a kangaroo. Kangaroos are strong, powerful animals, and along with wallabies, a close relative, have been involved in at least 74 documented escapes since 2010 alone, resulting in at least 17 animal deaths, she said. But, yeah, don't get me wrong. Do you think we'll ever see the list? I'm wondering. I do have some interesting news for you on a different list. So hold on. Let me get through this first. While they're not wrong, kangaroos and wallabies can be quite unpredictable. We used to have a farm down the road here that had wallabies all over it, and she ended up getting attacked. I think it pulled a giant patch of her hair out of her head and just beat the snot out of her. And after that, she's too afraid to go near them now, so nobody's, yeah. All right, so Dave's asking about lists. And I think Pam Bondi has people on that list that she's trying to protect. And that's why we're not getting it. Yeah, I don't know. It probably is being used for that, Thomas. Now here's the interesting news. Let me find an article on it so I don't get it wrong. Okay. There we go. I got the article ready to go. Y'all ready? Both of you? It says here, Sean Diddy Combs officially rejects plea deal. Here's the latest on his federal charges. Sean the Diddler Combs officially rejected a last-minute plea deal Thursday, just a few days before his SA trial is set to begin. Here's a complete list of the allegations against Combs. Yeah, we're not getting into all that. But the timeline says that on May 1st, which was yesterday, right? Let me just double check my days here. Yep, today's March 2nd. So it says May 1st, Combs turns down a plea deal from federal prosecutors confirming his decision with federal judge Aaron Subramanian 4 days before he was scheduled to stand trial on 5 federal charges, including SA and racketeering, all of which he has pled not guilty to. Okay. So, at the heart of the federal prosecutor, Madison Smizer, said Combs had rejected a plea offer, though details of the deal were not disclosed, while Combs' lawyer, Mark Angifolio, told the judge Combs took part in the lifestyle of a swinger. Basically, he's trying to say that he just effed anything that moved for that point. I'm waiting for the bestiality claims to come out next, right? What he's saying, all of his encounters were consensual, a possible hint at Combs' defense for the trial. So yeah, it's they're talking about he might be doing this to be able to get up there and start naming names. Um, if they ask for certain details, he can actually go into who was there, what they were doing, what, all that stuff now, once he's in trial. So we'll just slide this up there because I feel all slimy and dirty talking about that piece of shit. But yeah, Dave said basically he's being charged for being a complete POS. Yes. Yes, sir. That he is. So, as for Island Man, I hope that we start seeing arrests, not just the list. I want to see people arrested for doing this stuff. The relocation of women and little girls against their will is one of the most heinous acts ever. And oh my. Typical Hollyweird. Yep, Hollyweird. That's what I call him, Dave. What else do we get? Willie Nelson turned 92 on Wednesday. Did you know that? What else do y'all want to talk about? We can confirm that Michelle Obama has, in fact, said she is a man. I shared a video about that yesterday. I shared a screenshot of the actual transcript of her saying that. That's not it. It must be on the other phone. Yeah. Seaweed keep you alive. Dave said, my chat went away. Hold on. There we go. Dave said, weed can't be that bad for you. Laugh out loud. He made it to 92. Thomas said, how old is Keith Richards? No, I don't think anybody really knows Thomas. That's a great question, Thomas. And I believe there's a great answer out there that can only be answered by Ancestry.com. And maybe the Obamas themselves. I'm sure they probably know who it is. Let me see if I can reset this a little bit so you guys can see the babies. They're down here eating. There we go. I think we got all of them in there. Dave said Keith is about 420 years old. That wouldn't surprise me, bud. That man's been through so much stuff, and he's still here. Testament to either how tough he is or how he made a deal with the devil or something. But so if you were with us last night, after the walk and talk, I grilled some steaks. They were overcooked a little bit. They were still good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like them that well done. I prefer them pink in the middle. And yeah, the people that were supposed to be helping me, first off, didn't bring me anything to flip the steaks with. And second off, they didn't bring me anything to put them on to get them off the grill. So, but yeah. Meh. Life goes on. Oh my. So let's see what else we can find in the news today. People are making fun of the fact that the guy who was driving the plane, the jet that fell off of the Truman, I think it was, they're making fun of him for that incident. Especially considering he took a trolley with him to the bottom of the ocean. Well, his plane took a trolley with it. So, alright, let's see. And I got a bunch of images of Bigfoot. Alrighty. Good morning, Susie. How you doing? Let's see what's going on over at NBC. Not to get too political here, but what are your thoughts on Tim Waltz being let go? I think it's a good thing. I think Waltz has too many friends in the liberal press, and he's a liability. We were just talking about that, Susie. Let me see if I can send that picture to myself real quick. if the camera on the kitties goes away for a second, it'll be back. There we go. We're back. With that, now let me go download the picture here real quick on this phone, then I can upload it and you guys can see. Yes, Dave. He was left go yesterday. Or Thomas, I'm sorry. This phone is being so damn weird. Okay, if you look at where it says 5539, and then it jumps down to 5544, she says, dealing with a child that's a transformer, and that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a black man. This is from her podcast, and that was from her. She's the one speaking at that point. And the way it came out, it was just natural. I mean, honestly. There was no scripting to it. It didn't seem. They're kittens. We have 5 new kittens, Susie. Thomas is only 4 hours from Canada. Yep, Susie, that's what she said. She said she is a black man. right out of the, I'd say horse's mouth, but we know the horse's mouth is actually AOC, right? Susie, you should see if you can make it over to Alberta. Alberta is looking at declaring their sovereignty from Canada. I mean, she might be trolling. There could be that, but I think she's just tired of pretending. I think she's gonna come out and tell everybody that Barry's gay and all that good stuff. Just my opinion, my thoughts there. Give me 1 second here. I hear a bunch of sirens going off. Controlled burning at Ridgeview Run and Oldie Town Road. That's not too far from here, but that's not what that's about. Vehicle accident, vehicle accident. Yeah, none of this stuff would be out here, though. So I don't know. Morning, Yeti. No, we all know what Mr. Walls likes from the horse there, Mr. Thomas. Mr. Walls likes that teeth cleaner. Make his he's nice and white, and it ain't peroxide. Oh shit. Oh my. We talked a little bit about Hollyweird this morning. The diddler is not taking the plea deal. He's going to trial, so we should get names from him of certain people, so that should be interesting. Is anybody taking bets if he will last till the trial starts? Because that'll be another very interesting subject to talk about, huh? Oh my. We're going to go for a walk here. Sorry about that. Why is it not turning down? Damn phone. Yeah, we need to make a. What the hell? I'm not on a call, so why are you saying I'm on a call? Apparently, I'm gonna have to restart this fucking phone. I do not know what its problem is, but actually, we're gonna do this here. I'm sorry, bud. Yeah, they're on to the fact that we know about the whole, stuff that happens in prison. So I don't think they're gonna have him do that from in there. Um, but who the hell knows what they're gonna do? I do not understand this. Oh, it's because of this here. How about now? I think I fixed the problem. Hello? 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 There it goes. Alright. Sorry about that, everyone. I have a new item that I'm using. With the old one, like I used yesterday, the adapter for the headset, it's this thing here. And this doesn't go into the C drive at the bottom of the phone unless I pull part of the case off. And I don't like doing that because, as we all know, I have problems with breaking phones. So, they all ran. I don't like that view. Hold on. I'll get you all set up here in a second. I'm sorry. There we are. Miss Callie, can you please move, honey? Callie. All right. Dave, I don't put anything past anyone anymore, so you might be right. They might be coming to give me my anal probe. I guess it helps if I actually bring the stick that holds the phone, right? That might be a little helpful. I had to bring the flag in last night because it got pretty nasty out here. I mean, it wasn't like lightning and thunder and all that. Let go. There we go. Flip the camera. There we go. Much better, huh? That's better than looking at me. So now tomorrow, I think we're supposed to have some really bad thunderstorms, and so that should be interesting. If I'm able to, I'll get you some video from it. because I love thunderstorms. Alrighty. Susie said, Chris, I want to say thank you to you and everyone that has been praying for me. I'm down to only 2 pills a day and getting stronger every day. Thank you, everyone. That's awesome to hear, bud. I'm very happy. And yes, I can call a woman a bud. Boys. Come here, my fluffs. What are you meowing for, huh? Let me... Oh, nope. We're too high. Hold on. Let me do it this way. I got my boy. Flip the camera. There's the fluffers. He loves to be curled up into a ball and just loves to be rubbed up on like this. And I got Casper and Fang at my feet waiting to be picked up. I gotta be careful with Casper. If you have a squeamish stomach, you might want to look away for a minute because this is a little gross. But yeah, something caught his tail, and I'm not sure what it was, but that's gonna fall off soon, and hopefully it'll help him feel better. Belly, right? Mwah. Yeah. Then you'll be all good to go again, right? Come here, Fang. Fang. Yes, cat. Hi, buddy. Come here, my finger. Here's my Fang. Fang looks a lot like Fluff. They're getting more and more difficult to tell apart, except for Fluff has more white on him. Come here, Boo. Is there anybody that likes Hosta? Let me do this here. Those are leaves, not hostas. Just making sure you know that. It didn't flip the camera. There we go. Now, these are hosta. These are very mature hostas. These have been here forever. Have a great day, Susie. Be safe. These will actually go up about 4 or 5 feet in the air. This batch here. Over here is a 2-tone colored hosta. These guys here are green with like a light green. They'll turn white on the edges. We've got ferns galore. And saplings. There's a fern, there's a fern. See all the saplings right there? So, if anybody wants any of these, let me know. Pasta. Well, I'm sure you can probably make pasta out of it, you know? Not sure how good it would be, but... Oh my. And the babies are still asleep. You look back in the distance there, you can see how hazy it is today. That was the wrong button. Whoops. Alright, we need to go get my drink. Yes, we need to go get my drink. I gotta watch out, the babies are under my foot. So what are y'all up to today? I know Dave said that they're doing spring cleaning today, which is a good deal. Anyone that is on council and or the board, we have a meeting tonight, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, 4:30 Western. So please make sure you are here. It is a mandatory meeting, and we need everybody there. Alright, I got my drink. I guess Fluff thought I was staying out here. Staying in there. You can stay in if you want, Fluff. I'm not. I'm actually going to put the umbrella up, and we're going to have a sit at the back porch. As Fluff goes tearing by me. Well, I guess I better make sure I have a dry seat to sit in, huh? I miss Boo. That sure as hell ain't wet dry. That is not horrible. We'll sit here. I'm gonna be like sitting on the floor, but yeah, worse has happened. There we go. What happened to the other? About to do some work on the truck before it starts. Yeah. Come here, Miss Boo. Hi, Whiskers. Why do you fight with me? Huh? Hi, Whiskers. Hey, Whisk. If you're gonna be up here, how about letting them see your face, buddy? Whisker's been hiding all morning. Leo keeps chasing him around. What's your pickup need, Dave? Why are you so mean to everybody? Fluffy, get down. Come on, Fluff. They don't want to see your butthole. Sorry about that, guys. I'm the gals. I have no idea what happened with the kitty cam. Yeah, Mom's got a 96 Jimmy out here in the driveway, and it needs a new fuel lines and possibly a new motor. I'm thinking maybe if the fuel lines get fixed, that might fix the problem. But I'd really like to get it fixed since I spent $1,500 on a transmission rebuild on it. So we'll see what happens. Anybody wants to help out, let me know. I'll buy the parts if you come help. I'll guarantee you good food and lots to do. So, all right, here's a question for you. What is the favorite vehicle you've ever owned? And they're pretty much the same thing anyway, Dave. The Chevy Isuzu, or the Isuzu Hombre pickup truck, is just a Chevy S10 with Isuzu badging on it. Literally the exact same truck. My grandfather bought one because it was cheaper because of the name. That's it. Because it was a Isuzu, it was a cheaper truck, even though it was the exact same truck as the S10. Same body, same engine, same transmission. The only thing that was different was the name. Something that I missed about the tariffs yesterday, Dave. We were talking about them. This was a power move, some think, by Trump to open up the markets overseas more, to make it so that we can start selling cars in China, start selling cars in Vietnam, and all these other markets that they're allowed to sell vehicles here, but we're not allowed to sell vehicles in their country. If that's the case, if we're able to start shipping cars over to China, and all of a sudden we're selling 1 million cars a year over in China, or more, plus you're selling in Vietnam, you're selling in all these other countries, that helps to bring down the cost of vehicles here in the States. So we might actually see car prices come back down to where they're actually somewhat affordable, instead of this crazy shit where, you know, they want $100,000 for a baseline frickin' pickup truck. That's ridiculous, in my opinion. Angry said, Yeti says it's 94 Sentra. Dave said it's a toss-up between the 740 turbo Volvo and a 78 K5 Blazer. I'm gonna go with the Blazer on that one with you, Dave. And Thomas says it's 88 Suburban. Yeah, I'll be honest. My favorite car that I've owned, either way I flip the coin, it's going to be a Pontiac. On one side, I really enjoyed my Bonneville. I enjoyed the room. I enjoyed the ride. The gas mileage was phenomenal on that thing. There were times that I was getting 40 miles per gallon out of a V6. But fun-wise, my 87 Firebird, hands down. I got into so much trouble with that car. Oh my. Oh, Mom just left to go to work. Thanks. I needed you to hit me in the face with your tail, you little shit. Come here. I'm wondering, did you get yours new or did you get it used, Dave? Because I wonder if somebody did a lot of damage before you got it and it made it just so harder to keep up. I've had cars like that, where the person who had it before me beat the hell out of it. And yeah, it nickel and dimes you to death. And well, let me put this out there, Yeti. Truck prices are completely insane right now because of the supply chain, is what started it. Now I think it's just greed and price gouging. I've seen where some dealerships are claiming to not have inventory, but then I know where they're putting their shit, and you go drive past their holding lots, and there's hundreds of vehicles in there. So they're using the no inventory to try and get people to pay higher prices. Again, I'm not going to tell anybody what to buy, how to, whatever. But if you're going to buy a new truck right now, or even a used one for that matter, like a certified one, you need to really go to a different dealerships and get quotes and just sit down with them and say, I know that you have vehicles, and if you know where they're holding them, go drive past and take pictures so you have the pictures and throw the pictures at him. Say, I know you have more vehicles than this, so don't lie to me about it. That sucks, Dave. Yeah. When a vehicle sits for too long, it can definitely take its toll. If I'd known you back then, bud, I would have came over, started it up, drove it around a little bit and all that stuff. Did some upkeep on it. Yeah, I can't believe they haven't figured out a way to keep metal from rusting yet. You know? It just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. I get it, Yeti. I say it all the time. United Auto Workers, more power to them. If they can get it out of them, then go for it. But I think a lot of them are overpaid for what they're doing. You could not pay me enough to drive the Bronco. Especially after the commercial that Ford put out with the gay Bronco, the Pride Bronco. Nah, I won't touch it. You couldn't even give me that damn thing. Fluffy's trying to show his ass again. I think I have him off the camera far enough. So, once we're done here, I'm going to go out and set up the kitten cam. And I'll leave that on for a couple hours today. If that's something that you're interested in. I know that some of you find that calming, and I have no problem with that at all. So just let me know if you're interested in that. If you are, I'll set that up. I've got to get some things taken care of. So, what was that noise? Is my chat messed up again? There you go. New Broncos are kind of cool, I think. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just an asshole when it comes to my politics and spending money with companies. Even though I own a Ford, I bought it before they went into this whole thing. They seem to be course correcting, so give it a couple more years and we'll see, because I'm going to have to buy a new vehicle soon. This thing's up over 200,000, which isn't bad considering it's a 2009. So, hello, Mr. Spider. The itsy bitsy spider is climbing up my hair. I don't think you can see the damn thing. There it is. There's a tiny little dot. My luck, it's probably a recluse spider. Eat the spider. Eat the spider. Fluffy, eat the spider. I swear to God, these cats are blind. Ow! That's my finger, you asshole. So, Dave says if I win the lottery, I'm buying a really nice Volvo and an old Chevy Camaro fully restored. Now, here's the question. Is it going to be a 69 what motors it's going to have in it, what transmissions it's going to have in it, and what color. And yes, I can be that specific about Camaros. If I had my choice, I would have a 69 Camaro 427 with a 9-bolt posi rear in it. And it would be neon blue with silver racing stripes. What do you think of that? Oh my. Now, my ultimate dream car, if I could find it and actually have the money, would be a 63 split window Corvette. Those things are, yeah. Not a big fan of the newer Vettes. They're kind of trash. But I love my old Vettes. Say 87, 88 and forward. You know, young and... Alright, have fun, Yeti. We'll talk to you later, bud. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up here in a couple minutes myself. But, yeah. What I'd love to do is get together, probably 67. Alright, Dave, that sounds good, bud. So, but, I would love to go in with some people and actually buy some land and set it up for a survival camp. You know, put a small armory in it to be set up to defend ourselves. Invest in some farm equipment so we can farm. Invest in some vehicles, you know, Hummers, actual military style Hummers, and different things like that. Stuff that we can use to, for heavy duty stuff. And yeah, I think that would be cool. Possibly set it up as a veterans retreat. You know, we could host veterans out there all the time. I can hire Ohana as the cook. You know, these are the things that go through my mind. But I'd have to find some really big investors before we'd be able to do that. But anyway, yeah. I appreciate y'all being here. And whoops, wrong button. Wrong button. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. Go get my day started. And I will see you all here in a couple minutes. I'll start the kitty cam for you, so you guys can watch the kittens all morning. They've been exploring a lot more, getting up and moving around. Well, I would love to get one and fix it up and stuff. We'd have to see what happens. But yeah, I'll get the kitty cam started. And again, Anyone on council and board, we have a meeting 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah. All right. Thank you all. Have a great day. We'll see y'all later. Peace, y'all.